Well, okay, guys, welcome in, welcome in. It's Catch from Rockafella Racing. We are not actually racing tonight because we did the 6-hour endurance race yesterday at the SimSpACE, and my back is killing me. I just want to thank Fafito and Snake, and of course our teammate Jar Jar, who wasn't available yesterday. But we are at right now the Hungary ring for round 5 of the championship. There's 2 rounds left. Now I'm trying to get, I've never done this before on this mode here. Okay, so we're just entering qualifying right now. The guys do not know that I'm doing this, but I would really love to know how I'm supposed to get into this camera mode where it shows me the different options, where I'm able to see, you know, the different views here. I'm only using my controller, so I think that's okay. I haven't used the controller in a really long time. But if anybody out there knows how to do that, that would be majorly helpful, so we can get rid of this stuff and we could actually look at, like, the chopper view and the other views. There's Gel in the pits. There's our teammate Marco. I could ask somebody here. But yeah, guys, this will be pretty cool because this race should be pretty exciting. Where is he? Bear with me, guys. Okay, so I'm trying to find out a little bit of information there. Pull up the timetables here. We're a little bit short on the grid, but I think it's going to be a really interesting race tonight here, guys, because you have Fiesta, you have Fafito, you have Albie, you have Bloxham, you have Marco, who we're on board with right now. I think it's one of the first times he's at Budapest here in the Bentley. I'm being told I need to set buttons for that to happen. So, let's see here. While we still have this here, okay, I think I might be able to do this here. Give me a second, guys. There should be a change TV camera button here, because these things basically came over from my wheel controller. Oh, cycle TV camera, cycle onboard. So triangle. Let's make that X. Let's make that circle. Let's see if this works, boys and girls. Let's see if this works. We'll have to leave the stream and come back. So just bear with us for a second. Our first time, our first time. Okay, there we go, there we go. Now we're in business. Now we're in business. Thank you, Snake. Appreciate that. Now the one thing that kind of stinks with PlayStation here, and I figured out how to do this on the PC. It's actually the F1 button on the keyboard, but I'm using the controller right now. I could be using the keyboard on the computer. I will be eventually, but we're not going through the computer right now. We're just going through the PlayStation. So you're not going to get 1080. You should be getting 720p. But there's our camera here. And then here's our TV cam right here. So this is good. The one thing that does stink though is that when you want to go to a different driver to see some of the action, you have to click on the return to garage button. So that's the only thing. So now Albie's actually going slow. Albie ran a 1:44.8. And Fafito is almost a second off that time. Fafito and, oh, Jay Molina, nice. Qualifying just began, guys, so you can see that the track right now is on fast. This is a 100-minute race. There's a pit stop rule of you have to change tires and take fuel, but you could pit whenever you want. So an hour and 40 minutes, okay? So it's not going to be easy on these guys, and taking your pit stop is going to be important. So what Albie, of when you do it actually. So what Albie just did was he tried to leave some room here between him and Little Mac. Let's go on board with Albie, since it's basically his outlap here, or this is one of his flying laps. So he's already 2/10 up. This will give you a good idea of the track. You'll get very familiar with it today. You can get a track limit there really easily if you run too wide. This is a tough corner. It's off camber, uphill. Then comes a dreaded chicane, which will get eaten in the Bentley. And actually, the Porsche takes it pretty nice, but you see how he had to stay off that left side of it? And then these are really hard switchbacks. A lot of steering movement, a lot of downshifting, back up shifting. Here comes another downshift. Got to hug the inside here so you can get a good run on the exit. Beautiful by Albie there. Coming into the last sector here, heavy on the brakes. Down the second. A little bit wide, but he corrected it. And into the second to last turn here, you watch how wide you'll have to run to go up into pit lane almost. And then you're coming around for the last turn. You gotta hug this tight, and you got a lot of room on exit. Run all the curb over that you can, and there's a lap at Hungary. And Albie is still in first, and looks like he's going back to the garage. So Albie put down a 1:44.7 on a fast track, guys. So that is pretty impressive. Let's check out McBloxam here. He's just starting a run, so very good. Let's check out Bloxam, see how Blox does here. Blocks is in the Audi. The Audi is fast. We'll leave you on board for a second while you check out Blocks' run in qualifying. He's in second place. So far, so good. Hey, how do you say it? Am I butchering this? Raker True Sim Racer? Hello, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So normally I would be racing, but full disclosure, I have bad pains for the back. We support chronic pain, cancer, anxiety, and depression at Rockafella Racing, and we all deal with some of it. I'm dealing with it from yesterday. We had a 6-hour endurance race, and I'm just a little bit too stressed out to actually run and sort to run this race tonight. But the guys don't know that I'm actually live streaming the race here. So, I appreciate you joining here. Thank you very much. So, that's the one downfall right there that happens on the TV cam here. Let's check out Marco. Marco is in 3rd place right now. We can get to Marco here and see. We don't want that up. Okay, looks like Marco, is he abandoning the lap? It looks a little bit like he was going to abandon the lap there, but nope. There's our Bentley, nice looking Bentley there. It is cold out, but some people like it, some people don't. I would say I don't like it, how the brakes always glow, no matter what the temperature is on PlayStation, and it only does it in practice mode. So that's one of the things on next gen that I think that they're gonna actually correct. And I think they're going to correct a lot of stuff. I think that the next gen is going to be pretty, hopefully pretty good for all the console drivers out there. So, what's our order here for qualifying here now? So guys, I can give you the rundown of the championship as well. So let me do that here real quick so we understand who's in what place and what's going on, so everybody's aware of that. Let's get that pulled up here real quick. And again, I wish I was on I wish I was on the PC, so this way I would be able to get some cool graphics on here. I'd be able to put the standings up right there. Marco taking second, only a 10, not even just a 10th off of Albie, and blocks him 2/10. Autista 4/10. Now Fafito's been, he raced with us yesterday, so really props to him, and he wound up doing a 12-hour climb today. So this guy's a maniac. He's full of energy. And Fiesta as well had one of the most impressive races I've ever seen anybody race. Fafito gave him some tips at Paul Ricard last week. Go check out Fiesta's stream. And in fact, that race actually put Fiesta in 1st place. Okay, there they are in the Gulf livery McLarens. nice looking McLarens, okay? So what we have, guys, in the driver standings up until this race is Fiesta, who we're looking at right now, is in first place. He's got 134 points. DNA DC's in second place. He's not with us tonight, but DNA Jeeves is replacing him for team points for DNA. Then we have Prek Fafito in third with 121. So you got 134, 126, 121. You actually have some guy named Ketch. I don't know who that loser is, but he's in fourth place with 117 points, which is going to get surpassed massively tonight. Then you have his teammate Marco, who's in fifth place with 96. Tucho, 89. Prek Autista, who had a great race at Paul Ricard, 83. Little Mac in 8th, 78. McBloxham in 9th, 75. Marzan's not with us at 60. Prek J. Molina in 11th with 55. His teammate Prek King Dix, 52. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to join Sharkbait. I'm sorry there, but then we have some other guys who did step in. Keel Alexander's not with us tonight. Our other teammate in 14th, Gel Speed. But don't forget, guys, Albie, who has now taken back a full-time spot, has 110 points after his race last night. So that actually puts him in 5th, which knocks Marco down to 6th. So Albie in one race could jump from 5th to 1st, depending on what happens tonight, guys. So that is the lineup right there of who's doing what and who's in what positions here. Get to the comments in 1 second because I had to leave the stream there. Murr, what's up, brother? We tried to get you in the race. I was hoping that you would possibly race for Rockafella and the Bentley. No worries, man. But what's up, Bugs? Always good to see my cuz in the house. But yeah, guys, so the drivers don't know that broadcasting this race for them. So I've never done it before. I'm on a controller here, which I would prefer to be on a keyboard, but it was a last-second decision that I figured out. Yeah, no problem, Mer, no problem. I'm not racing because yesterday's SimSpacE took a lot out of me, to be honest with you, man. And I didn't have time to prepare at all. My back is killing me. I'm a baby, I know, and especially when somebody like Fafito actually winds up rock climbing after he ran with us yesterday for 12 hours today, and then he's in the race. So guys, oh, look at this. Okay, guys, Autista jumped pole, so he's on pole by 0.0009 over Albie. And guys, the track is fast. If you look up in the right hand corner, it's no schedule for rain, thankfully for everybody here, and the track is on fast. Okay, with that time, a 1:44.7, that's a really solid time, guys. Yeah, Mur. We're going to get better, Mur. We're going to get better. Trust me when I tell you. I know it was tough for me to watch and tough for me to drive in the rain. Hey, the dry stint went really well, but yeah, that was tough. That was tough. So actually, do we have Albie? Albie is on an outlap. Can he best Autista right here? He's on his last part of the lap here. Can he do it? He does! By over a half a second, a 1:44.0 on a fast track. That is something else. That is amazing. SOP Albie with a 1:44.06. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, that is a fast time on a fast track. So look out for this guy Albie. Like I told you, Albie, man, Albie is something else. So we got Albie in the Porsche. We got Prek Autista from the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club in the Mercedes. He's looking for back-to-back good races. This guy's got pace. He just had some unfortunate luck here and there with some of the races, so we got to look out for him. Then we have our teammate Marco in the Bentley, only not even a second off. And like I'm telling you guys, that 1:44, I mean, Albie on an optimal check is going to hit 43s. That's a great time. So these guys that are less than a second off, really, really fast times. So Marco takes third. Okay, Fafito in fourth, right there, right there. That Mick Bloxham, who's doing really well himself, is actually splitting the two teammates from Team Fast but Not Furious of the McLarens, and Fiesta is there. Now, don't let Fiesta's qualifying fool you because he definitely has race pace, okay? Then we have from the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club. This is not Autista's teammate. This is Prek King Dix's teammate. So there's Puerto Rican E-Racing Club Blue, which is Marzan and Autista, who's on second place. Then Team Yellow, who's Jay Molina, and Prek King Dix, both in the Mercedes. Albie! What a lap there, Albie. Unbelievable. So we are on the grid start, guys. We are on it. So the way the things that used to work was you had to leave the lobby here, the server, and then you had to come back. Luckily, they at least fixed that. So now here we go, ladies and gents. We have an optimum track, 21 degrees Celsius outside, ambient temperature, 27 degrees on track. It is 12 o'clock noon, okay, which means probably by 1 o'clock, so this race is going to be an hour and 40 minutes, so you're talking by 1:40, a little after, that this is going to be, the race is going to be ending. So you're looking at the track, it's up in the air. I don't know myself. I haven't spent any time in this server, so this temperature, we got no wind here, but this temperature could do one of two things. Sometimes I've seen it get hotter at 1 o'clock when you say, well, 12 o'clock is usually the hottest time during the day, but it does get hotter at 1 o'clock sometimes. But then when you get to 2, it starts to get a little cooler. But it could go the opposite. It could start to get cooler. So these guys should have known that. They'll be able to fix their tire pressures on the fly. But let's see how things go. Let's see how things go. I mean, I think we should stick with Fiesta here for the outlap. But we can go through them here. We can go through them. So you have some names here that have finished pretty well. Now Jeeves is showing an AM badge just because he does most of his races on PC and he just hasn't put enough time in. Everybody looks like they have a pretty good connection to the server except for Tucho. So let's hope that that doesn't impact things too much. And yeah, here we go. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. So we'll be on the outlap with these guys, and we'll take them into T1, and we'll see what happens here.
20 seconds.
Hopefully we can capture some cool views.
Seconds.
Here we go, ladies and gents. Here we go, ladies and gents. SOP Albie, who bested Autista by over half a second on his last lap of qualifying. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. So Albie has a huge chance, a huge opportunity tonight to actually get back in the race and claim his spot to victory. Autista coming off a unbelievable performance at Paul Ricard. He was just in beast mode there, battling Fiesta and Fafito the whole night. Marco, our teammate from Rockafella in the 111 Bentley, the Green Machines. Marco has qualified really well, and most of the time he's picked up a lot of pace from last season to this season. And he had a little bit of unfortunate luck last week at Paul Ricard. We all kind of did. It was a race that I would like to forget because I was not by any means good there. But here we go. The man of the hour, the Rainmeister himself, who helped us out tremendously yesterday, Prek Fafito. He is part of the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club, but for this championship, he is not. He's teammates with Fiesta, okay? But like I said, the cork in the bottle is McBloxham in the Audi that is separating teammates there. And the Audi is no slouch. The Audi is a fast car, especially around this track. The question for Blocks is, can he keep it together on the track? That's what we're going to have to see and find out. Then you got Fiesta, who we've talked about plenty. Really, really good driver. This guy knows what he's doing. He is a solid driver, very rarely makes mistakes. He'll wait, he's patient. Everything you want to see from a driver. One of the most improved drivers of the season, which is an award that we are handing out this season, is Sfrgt J. Molina. Now, Jay Molina has actually came a long way himself as well. It's good to see him up there in qualifying. So, again, now the track already went up a degree, so we're at 28 Celsius. So as these guys warm up their tires, we'll see. But Jay Molina, no slouch, and he's been doing really well. Then we have our other teammate, Gel Speed from Rockafella in the Porsche. That's his new car. He's been in the Porsche for a while. Alright. And he's improved a lot as well. DNA Tuccio in the Ferrari, who's teammate with Jeeves. Tuccio fell in love with the Ferrari, has been really good. Then you got Little Sharks, Team Little Sharks, with Little Mac, who's actually improved himself. So really well. Props to Little Mac. He's really becoming an overall really good driver. Prek King Dix, which is Jay Molina's teammate, another driver improved. Sharkbait, who entered the series late, but he's in the Bentley. Falcon Zero in his Merc. Jeeves in the back. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it on maybe Fafito here. And here we go. We're underway. We are underway here. Let's see what happens. Coming into T1 with Albie. Albie's got the spot. He does. He has it over Autista. Albie keeps the spot. A little bit of contact between Marco and Marco and Fafito there. Okay. Bloxham wants that inside. Marco's going to get it. It's the one thing I hate about that, but Marco gets it there. Fafito right behind them. Bloxham right behind him. We got the leaderboard adjusting a little bit as the rest of the field makes their way through on the opening lap here. Nice and clean so far. Nice and clean. So Bloxham did get ahead. He did. Bloxham made the move against Marco. So good start for Bloxham out of the gates there. He needs to keep with these lead pack guys here, because if he doesn't, they will certainly bounce. And now Marco's got to be careful. He's going to have some pressure under him with Fiesta. Okay, so he's going to have to rail that in. Fiesta on him. Go through the order real quick. We got Jay Molina and Tuccio. These guys and Gel are all there. Gel Speed there, making his way is Little Mac. Falcon. Jeeves already makes up 2 spots. Good on him. Something happened to Sharkbait. We'll have to get back to that here. I'm interested in this matchup right here. Let's take a look here and see what we got out of Fiesta here. Let's see how he handles this part of things. That Bentley is a monster in the straights, but the McLaren will take care of it through these tighter sections here. So Marco doesn't have to make the Bentley wide because it's wide enough. But at some point, he's going to have to try and make it wider, because we know Fiesta will be able to get him. Gotta watch out with that inside bump there. You can run wide there. And we have another big bump coming up here. Good job. Like I said, this is off camber. Let's see how Fiesta handles the chicane here. Good job. Good job. Look at the speed. Look at the speed he's picking up through this sector with from the Bentley. The Bentley does not like switchbacks. Good job handling by Fiesta there. Look at a little bit of latency from Marco. Fiesta building a little bit of a gap there. Nice job so far by Fiesta. And now we'll watch this Bentley in the straightaway. See, he gets on him. Compromises exit a little bit. We'll see how fast this Bentley pulls in the straight. And there it goes. There it goes. Let's take a look. SOP Albie here in the lead. Autista definitely sticking with him. So it's a really long race, guys. 5 minutes in only. They're getting their tires warmed up only on lap 2. You know, so these guys, Albie's looking like he's stretching his legs a little bit. He's not losing Autista. So, like I said, Autista has pace. Now look at it. Now look at this. We do have to go take a look at this here, because this is something that can be a little bit of an issue. It can be a little bit of an issue for Fido. He's got to watch Bloxham, because Bloxham is a really good driver. He does get a little aggressive sometimes, but he knows it's a long race, so I don't think we're going to see Bloxham do anything crazy out of the gate. I think his main goal is I just want to stick with Fido here. He knows the podium is on the line, as Fido is holding that podium position down here. Really cool views here. Okay. Good job by Fido. You can see the distance that Albie and Autista are putting on already, so they're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. And these battles are going to heat up, guys, as the packs start to form out a little bit here. Now, I do notice that, we'll go through the field a little bit, I do notice that, Marco, there's the time gaps for you. Okay, I thought Marco had pulled away a little bit from Fiesta. And, oh no, what happened to Fiesta? Fiesta must have had an incident. Oh no. Oh god, his car's all banged up. His front end is all banged up. The championship leader, ladies and gentlemen, has a major damage to his car, and we missed what happened. I don't think it was contact. If I had to guess, it might have just been an incident where he might have just lost control on these few opening laps. Oh, there's actually, if we look at DNA Jeeves' car, Jeeves has front end damage. So was Jeeves going for a move that somehow collected him? Does Little Mac have any damage? This is big news for the championship. Little Mac's car is clean. Gel Speed's car looks pretty clean. Tuccio looks clean. Jay Molina was the other one. Oh, Molina wide. Tuccio's going to look to capitalize on this here. Tuccio is going to look to capitalize on this here. Ferrari has top end, but so does the Merc. Goes defensive. Okay, Tuccio backs off. Smart move. Going for the under. Can't get it yet. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Guys, do not count out Fiesta. Do not count out Fiesta. We do see a little bit of damage if we're looking on the wing here, right above Fanatec, if you could see it. Ooh, look at this run that Tuccio has. Oh, Tuccio going for it. There he goes, Tuccio up the inside. What a move by Tuccio. Good job, Tuccio. Now he's got Gel Speed and Little Mac to deal with, so Molina could be dealing with some damage because look at the gap that Tucho is actually pulling on him right now. So it looks like Molina has slight rear damage to his car, which might have actually did something to Fiesta. Falcon Zero, does Falcon have anything on his car? Falcon's wearing some damage as well. On the front it looks like. Yes, Falcon has some damage. Jeeves has damage. And obviously Fiesta has damage. Now Fiesta was out ahead of these guys, so I don't know if it happened. We're gonna have to see. That's a tough one. I'm not sure here what happened there, but let's see if we could take a look at Fiesta's car and his wheel. Let's just see if this. Look at his hood. Let's see how his hood's bouncing all over. So he's definitely got front end damage. It looks like he's got some rear damage too. So if Fiesta can hold his positioning here, and he's got the talent and the pace to actually make up a lot of time here, even with the damage. Now we don't know how bad the damage is, so that's always a wondering game, but it would be wise for him to fix the damage. Now you might see somebody like Fiesta go in early on the pit stop because there is no pit window. You can pit whenever you want, and he's already all over Jeeves. Now Jeeves is dealing with damage as well. Really wish we caught what happened there because Fiesta was actually in 4th place or 5th place hunting down Marco, and we went off for a split second, and then boom, we come back and Fiesta's down on the 12th. But like I said, do not expect him to stay here. He's on Jeeves like white on rice right now. Even with damaged car, but again, Jeeves is dealing with damage as well. Then I have Falcon ahead of them in the Merc. Oop, that could be a track limit. He slowed down on purpose so he didn't get a track cut. Very smart move. I told you Fiesta's a smart driver, but he did lose a position there. So he drops now. Let's see what happens here. We'll come back and see what happens with Fiesta. Let's get an update up front. Still a pretty decent gap. Now these two have kind of sort of checked out. They're keeping a clean gap with each other, and they definitely separated from the field here. So these two have to manage each other and just manage themselves. Don't get out of their zone. Let's take a ride on board with Albie. See how Albie handles this in the Porsche. Porsche is one of those cars that have you can get away with higher gears in some positions, some parts of the track. Not as high revving as the Ferrari or the McLaren. Smooth lines from Albie. A true pro's pro. He's actually hitting that apex pretty perfect. This is a tough transition here, especially when tire wear starts to kick in. See how you run wide into pit lane entry almost? And this is actually really a lot harder than it looks to get this part of the exit right. But Albie nails it. Let's see where Albie's at. He's running 144, so guys, that's a really quick time. That's a really quick time. Let's check out Bautista here. He's still on Albie, so he's got a lot of work. Now look at this. Look at this. McBloxam has gotten ahead of Fafito. I knew McBloxam has it in him where he does have that pace, and he might have just wanted to jump ahead early. Just looking for damage. I just want to see if there's any damage. And Fafito's a smart player. He's a cool, calm operator. So, you know, he might have let the aggressiveness happen, and he might be trailing on purpose. But we got a three-way battle here, ladies and gentlemen. So so far so good. Half hour into the race, not even 12 minutes into the race, excuse me, we have 1 and 2 battling for 1 and 2, and essentially this podium is up for grabs between McLaughlin, who holds it right now, Fafito in the McLaren, and Marco in the Bentley. So, pretty exciting. And if you see Tuccio, he comes into the camera view, he's not too far off. He is not too far off, ladies and gentlemen, so you got to keep our eye on him. And you got Jay Molina. Again, I talked about him being one of the more improved drivers, but he's going to have to do some defending eventually with Gel Speed and Little Mac. So these guys are going to have to definitely sort out their issues. Now, one thing worth pointing out is Jay Molina is dealing with a little bit of damage. We don't know how much, but he's definitely dealing with a little bit of damage. Not nearly as much as Fiesta, but enough nonetheless. And you got Little Mac in the sky blue and yellow Bentley with the yellow rims, the beast mode of the Bentley. Let's see how this thing picks up some speed, especially on the Porsche in the top end. He will have a lot of closing power, a lot of closing speed. Okay, so these guys are pretty much doing what they're doing. You got Prek King Dix. He's got, so both the Mercedes drivers have on the same team have damage, and that's a little concerning. Now Fiesta, he made up 2 spots now. He got past Falcon. Well, first he got past Jeeves, and then he got past Falcon. So what happened to Jeeves? Jeeves was way back there. That damage is probably hurting Jeeves a little bit. Can't forget about Sharkbait and the other Bentley. Sharkbait did get off to a rough start. Something happened on the opening lap. So he's got a clean car. So that's the most positive news of all for Sharkbait. And it's a long race. I think I might see something there on his bumper a little bit. He's got a little bit of tag on his bumper, but that's okay. So this is where it's at for now, ladies and gents. This is where it is at. We have a battle here, so we have to keep an eye on this, because this is the podium here. Let's give you a look from Bloxham's view here. This Audi does sound good, ladies and gentlemen. It does sound good. Holding down the podium position. He's running on 145.5, so he's being consistent on his laps, which is the most you could ask for. And he's not far off. He's running about the same pace as Autista, and he's a little bit short from Albi. You could just see Autista in the distance coming through this turn here, and you can see that Albi on the track map has built up a little bit more of a gap on Autista. So Autista might be tired. There's Autista in the distance there. So we'll let this play out for a quick second and let you hear the Audi. Pretty good lap by Bloxham. He was down a little bit, but still in all a pretty decent lap. That last sector can get you a little bit if you don't hit it perfectly here. Fafito is right in line. I do want to see if Fafito has any damage to his car, though. I don't think Fafito has any damage to his car. check the outside a little bit. No damage on Fafito's car. Okay. Now, well, let's watch this technician at work here. Now, Fafito, I know for a fact, like I said, guys, he was in the endurance race with us yesterday. He did not have a lot of practice. I know for a fact here. And I'll have to say it again for those that are just tuning in now. He went he's a rock climber. So he spent most of his day today, about 10 to 12 hours rock climbing. So imagine that any drives a Fanatec CLS Elite DE1 wheel, so you know his arms must be killing him right now. So this is the true strength and endurance here. And you can see the blip radar there, and Marco making his way ever so slightly. Let's take a look at this Bentley and see what kind of pull-in speed this Bentley has, and we can get a good exit out of there. Fafito got a great exit out of there. Let's see if the Bentley can pull down under braking. I don't know. Fafito might be running a little bit of a lower wing. Bentley does pull in, but it's not enough. And there's Glockson there. And it's worth mentioning as well, guys, that everybody might have started on different fuel loads. So some cars might be a little faster than others. Some might want to stay out a little longer. These guys have already done the math to figure out, is an undercut worth me doing here? Is an overcut worth me doing? So that all plays a big factor as well. Fafito looking good though. Fafito is looking good. Fafito looking good, but Marco, Marco is actually he's getting a little bit closer, and they look like they're pulling a little bit of a gap to Tuccio, slightly. I mean, they got 4 seconds on Tuccio. Now here's Marco, there's Tuccio, so here's Marco. Let's take a look at Marco and see what Marco could do here. Bentley again, we all know, was on the other side. But Marco's been driving the Bentley for quite some time. As you see now that Fafito has pulled in Nick Glockson. So definitely keep an eye on that. So this is the podium battle. What a battle it's been so far. Bentley's a hard car to get slowed down, and you really need to brake in a straight line with it. Murr would know that better than anybody. Garcia as well. Bentley drivers, all you Bentley drivers out there. Marco doing a good job, keeping pace with two really fast drivers. Let's see how he handles this section with these switchbacks. So right there, if you run wide right there, you'll get a track limit. So it's really important that you don't. And that's a great exit there by Marco. Now let's watch this Bentley eat the chicane. Look at this thing. Doesn't even feel a bump. But these are the sections here where the Audi and the McLaren will theoretically should pull on the Bentley. Marco doing a good job. Doing a good job. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Tough section of the track to get right and handle. Good exit from Marco. Running 145s. Okay. That's expected to happen, guys, because you know you're going to definitely start to, you know, feel a little tired. We're now almost almost 30 minutes into the race, so that's gonna happen here. Cool views though. I'm glad that we finally got these views on console. You can see just how technical a track it is, and it is a really fun track. I do wish I was racing tonight, actually. Now, don't know how good I would have done, but boom. You see how the Bentley could run that inside of that curve over there? Now, on PC, there's a difference here, because the other cars, like the McLaren, the Audi, the Ferrari, they could actually run it over as well. Maybe not like the Bentley can, but you see how he picks time up through that section through the chicane area there. I mean, it looks like he's going to pick up time here, but the McLaren will have this exit speed at a corner entry, at a corner exit, and into these turns a little bit better than the Bentley. Oh, you should unsub, Snake. Unsub. Thanks for the advice, though, on the buttons. The buttons, I did not know that. We would have been stuck into one mode, or, you know, these other modes the whole time. So, yeah, appreciate that. So we got a major fight for the podium here. So it is still very early. Let's go check out Albie. Look at this lead that Albie has built. Albie has built a 4-second lead on Autista here. So there you go. Yeah, Murr. We tried to get Murr in to actually sub for the Rockafella Bentley, but Murr, he didn't see it. He didn't see his message, and I know Murr knows his track, so he probably could have hopped right on in and just gone the way he always does. Smooth, consistent. So Jamer is another one of those Bentley drivers that we have come to hate from yesterday, but no, I'm only playing. The Murr really does know how to drive the Bentley. But I'm telling you guys, SOP Albie is on a mission right now. He wants to win this championship. JR, Lock and Load, has won it last year. But Albie is back, and he's back in full time now, so... yeah. Get out of here, Snake. Really? A Bentley spun Snake today. So we've had let's check that off as the 7th incident in 2 days with Bentleys. Were you driving the McLaren, Snake? I'm sure you probably were. So the Bentley is going to be our nemesis car all season long on the sim grid. So yeah, so we have Albie out in front, and he is doing his thing. He is doing his thing. He is. Yeah, Murr, we wish you were able to get in there with us, but, you know, you could pop in as a reserve. We could have used you tonight, but that was really short notice, so no worries. Now, guys, Autista, excuse me, Autista after Paul Ricard is sitting in a really good position, okay? Let's give Autista some love as we look at the timing boards here. You have Fafito really bearing down right now on Bloxham, and you have Marco really bearing down on Fafito. So let's check this out here and see. I do like this view. Look at those flames shooting out the back of the exhaust of the McLaren. Catches on the commentary, exactly, Tim. I couldn't race tonight because I was just too sore. You know, my neck is killing me after yesterday. Yeah, it's a little bit of a crutch. I'm a baby, I know. I should have been out there. But, hey, these guys don't know I'm streaming the race, so hopefully it's a little exciting for them afterwards. They can come and check it out, and hopefully they enjoy it. Hopefully you guys at home enjoy it. It's a little bit of a different perspective, so why not? Excuse me. So this Bentley and Marco, we know the Bentley has really good tire wear. You know, so that's going to be an advantage. So, yeah, hopefully they sub, Snake. Yeah, we need all the subs we can get. Come on, guys. Keep subbing. Keep subbing. Come on. Let's see what kind of exit Fafito gets out of here, though, and see if the Bentley can run him down between T1. It looks like, see, Fafito just gets a great exit out of there, but the Bentley does have top line speed. And look at him, here he comes. He's not going to be able to make a move here, but... Ooh, Marco wide into T1. Could have been a little bit of dirty air. That's look at the separation that just created there. Wow, pretty amazing. Okay, are we coming up on... Wow, let's check this out. Did Jay Molina pit already? No, he did not. What is going on here? Oh, okay, that's Prek King Dix. Prek King Dix pit. So now King Dix is going to be a blue flag here. So he's going to be getting shown the blues. And that is not what Fafito wants to see right now. Back marker in between him and Bloxham as he was running down Bloxham. And that is exactly what Bloxham wants to see. So he wants to see Fafito get... Oh, what just happened there? What did Bloxham do? Bloxham let him through? Wow, Bloxham made a mistake there, guys. Oh, now Jay Molina's giving it back to him. That is actually pretty... I mean, that's a... Wow, what a sequence there, guys. Wow, he gets out of the way again. Now, see, this is the thing, everybody. He does not have to do this. In an endurance race, he has already pitted, which means that he's only seeing blue flags because the drivers ahead of him did not pit yet. So... that did not need to happen from Prek King because, or I'm sorry, is it Jay Molina? It did not need to happen because, yeah, from King, because as you see here, he's green, right? So he got his pit stop out of the way. He could have stayed in front of these guys the whole time, and it would not be illegal. Now, in a 60-minute race, if you're getting the blue flags and everybody has pitted already, then that's when you need to respect the blue flags. So, Molina may be playing it, I mean, King Dix may be playing it smart there, but that is something that he did not have to do. He definitely did not have to do that. Exactly, Snake. He gave it up because he was blue, but in an endurance race, you're going to get blue because you're going to pit at all sorts of different times. So what that does now is that puts Fafito, and I don't know what Bloxham was doing, because right here, last lap, Bloxham moved out of the way to give Molina the spot. Molina got ahead of them, and then Molina gave it, King gave it back. So Bloxham really slowed himself down. Bloxham was in the perfect position if he would have just held. I think everybody got a little bit confused there, so... Yeah, I think so. I think everybody got a little bit confused there. But what that also does is that cut Tucho was down like 6 seconds. Now that cuts them now. Tucho is in a decent spot over King Dix because he pit already. King Dix, but Tucho is almost catching up with him. So Tucho's only 3 seconds now behind Marco, or almost 5 seconds behind Marco. Okay, but look at this battle here. Oh my god, big spin for blocks, big spin for blocks. He corrected it though, he got it without any damage. He saved it without any damage, everybody. He saved it without any damage. He's going to have a little bit of dirty tires. He's going to have to get back ahead of King. He does. King lets him go. Again, he lets him go. Wow. Is King going to let Tucho go? That's the question now. Wow. I caught that, Snake. And King did. King gave up the spot to Tucho. So a little bit of playing the strategy the wrong way here. Now, what this is going to do, everybody, is this is absolutely going to kill Albi's the Albi and Autista. I mean, now they have officially checked out into a league of their own. So Albie is just running consistent lap after lap. All that battling does is make faster guys faster as Albie gets a little loose on exit, but he winds up saving it there. Good job by Albie. Autista not too far behind, so some things could happen in the pits between these two, depending on who goes where. But Albie has built up a 7-second lead over that. Now you got Fafito. We missed it. No, we didn't. Okay, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. I thought Bloxham might have got back ahead of him now, but nope. So Fafito, in a big spot, takes back the podium position with Marco trailing. Now, something I'm interested to see is here comes our boy Fiesta here. He fixes his damage, and now he's back out. Yes, he might be in last place, but Fiesta has fixed his damage. I don't even think he is in last place, but he fixed his damage, and now Fiesta has... So Fiesta is going the rest of the race, everybody, on full fuel, fixed the damage to his car, and he's going an hour and 5 minutes on tires and fuel. So, like I said, this is the dark horse of the race right here. You know, deep down inside, he's really feeling the fact that he was in a great position. He's the championship leader at the moment. Things can get really interesting for him. He just has to keep his head down and run the race he knows he's capable of running. Got to take it easy on his outlap here, but I think Fiesta will be alright. Yeah, I think so too, Bugs. He's a really... Oh no! We just commentator cursed him. We just commentator cursed him. Ooh, that outlap with cold tires. That's what it is, guys. It's that outlap. Look, see, he's struggling a little bit with the cold tires. Just got to get it under control, which he knows. He will. Give him a couple laps to settle in, and we'll see what type of times he's running. He had damage, and he was running 46s, which is really actually pretty fast with the amount of damage that he had. So even with that little bump into the wall, I don't see too much damage on his car. Maybe in the 7-second range, possibly 10 if it was a little worse. Yeah, we commentator cursed him, guys, but he does look like he's getting a little bit loose. He's getting a little bit loose on exit, but maybe his tires just aren't up to pressures yet. You see how right there he's sliding a little bit? But we'll check back in on Fiesta here. So we have Fafito in the podium position. Is Autista 15 seconds? He has a 15-second gap. So that battling really put these guys behind the 8 ball here. But this is getting pretty interesting here with Bloxham. Bloxham really got hurt, and now Tuccio makes a move over Bloxham. So is Bloxham struggling with tire pressure or with tire wear here? This is gonna have to be a situation where we might actually see these guys enter the pit soon. Bloxham goes. That's 3 position. Bloxham loses. Ooh, a little bit of a slide from Tuccio. Holding it together. Nobody dips off into the pits, not yet. Ooh, Bloxham coming up hot and heavy. Who gets a better exit here will be key. Bloxham on the curb. That's going to give Tuccio an advantage. Tuccio in the Ferrari, pedal down. Bloxham is not going to be able to get him here. Oh! What happened to Tuccio? Did Tuccio just disconnect? I think Tuccio might be having an internet issue. Oh no. Oh, but he's back up and running. He's back up and running. What is going on here? What in the world was that? I'll tell you what, it's an interesting point of view looking at things from this side of it, because was that, I mean, like, I know Tuccio's, if we go back to here, I know Tuccio's connection was a little bit a little bit sour there. It's the highest ping in the room, but I think I can too, Snake, but I heard that there's been crashing if that happens here. This is interesting here, though. This is interesting here. Let's take a look at King, because now King, I'm sorry, that's Molina. Molina now, Tucho's going to have to pit here. Tucho's going to have to pit right now because he can't afford to lose time. I mean, he had 5th place. He was ahead of Bloxham, so he did have it. So this could work out for Molina, even with all those blue flag situations and whatnot. I would think Tucho would pit right now, but it depends on how much fuel he took, but he's probably going to dip in. And he does. He dips in. Tucho dips in. Barely. Ooh, look at that. He barely made it. So, Tucho in the pit. Maybe the wheel did disconnect. I know he has a Logitech, so I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I've never had my wheel disconnect, but the game has done something weird to me where I just lose all control of the wheel. You remember Snake and Murph from Laguna. I never got kicked out of the lobby, but an internet connection got dropped, so you can't rule anything out on console. I do like the Merc, actually. The Merc is a nice car. Now look at this battle. Now let's see, the gel speed pit already here. Gel speed did not pit, so we have oh, neither did Molina. I'm sorry. I keep getting Molina and King Dix confused. So yeah, so this is another battle here. Let's take a look at Gel. And Gel's putting some pressure on right now, guys. Gel's putting some pressure on here. Gel has become a lot more of a patient driver from making strides. He's not as aggressive as he used to be. Realizes that these races are long. Damage can really affect your car. So I think Gel has come a long way in that aspect. Who takes a bite of the apple first between these two guys? Neither one of them yet. Oh, Gel might have a better exit here. Oh, he's on that curb. That's going to hurt him. Got to stay off of that curb to get a good exit. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. Yes, you're right. Someone did leave. Let's check out who that might have been. Ooh, somebody coming up behind here. Is that Little Mac? There's Little Mac there in the Bentley. Let's check out who that was, guys. Who wound up leaving? Tucho's here. He's got his pit out of the way. Fiesta? No, it's not Fiesta. Alright, so you still have all the championship contenders in here. I don't know who it was, guys. These guys are clearly struggling for tire grip right now. Now look at what the temperature did. It did go up. So it started at 27, now it's at 29. So the temperature did rise, guys. Alright, so this is another battle to keep your eye on here, along with Little Mac. Little Mac is right in this thing here. Jeeves has entered the pits, so Jeeves is one of the ones that might come out ahead. We'll see if Jeeves can come out ahead of these guys here. Let's take a look here and see what Molina can do. Any of them gonna bite? Molina's not going in yet. Is Gel going in? Gel doesn't go in. Neither does Little Mac. They all stay out. Where is Jeeves gonna come out? Is Jeeves gonna come out ahead of these guys? No. Another spot picked up. He's coming out of the pits right now. He's gonna lose all three to them, but They did not make a pit stop yet. So this could really play in the favor of Jeeves. I think the longer that these guys stay out, the worse off it's going to get for them, because Jeeves is literally coming out right behind them. They're losing tremendous amount of time on these burnt out tires here. So, you know, yeah, you say you want to go 56 minutes. You only went 40 minutes, 45 minutes on these tires so far. But still in all, you know, you got Autista, who made the pit first before Albie. Let's check out where Autista is compared to Albie. Autista just exiting the pits, coming around T2. Albie is on another lap. So Albie is in a really good position here. Yielding that to Fafito, who is holding off Marco by the skin of his teeth here. That Bentley can go for a long time. It's good on fuel. It's really good on tires. You can see that the exit that Fafito gets out of this last turn is almost spot on. That's where the speed gets lost here. But we have another battle here. Look at this. Look at this between Blocks and Tucho. So Tucho has caught up. Even with that damage, Tucho is still... Now guys, let me see something here on Tucho's car, because do we see damage on Tucho's car? So he fixed his damage. Okay, he fixed it. He must have fixed his damage in the pits, which actually puts him out in a really good position because he's behind Blocks. So I don't think Blocks had damage from that spin. He didn't hit a wall. He didn't hit anything there. So another great battle to keep your eye on. But out of the front runners here, let's see who's going to pit first here. So we do have... These guys are right there with them though, actually. Only 2 seconds off between Gel Speed. Somebody went into the pits. Molina bit first, okay? So Molina's in the pits. Molina bit first out of Gel and Little Mac. So that's something to keep an eye on. Here you go though, guys. This is where some of the fun's at here. So we have second in Fafito. We have third in Marco, which is really second should be Net Autista. Stop and go for Molina. That's going to be a big deal. Speeding out of the pits, or either exit or entry. Sometimes what happens, guys, is you just come too fast into the pit entry line, even if you have an automatic pit limiter on, and what happens is you just can't hit it in time, can't hit the brakes in time, you cross the line too fast, you get a penalty. The other thing that happens is if you exit and you're in second gear, once they drop your car down, it puts you over the pit speed limiter, so that's how you get a stop and go. So that is disaster for Jay Molina there. That is not what he wanted to see happen. So that is going to promote Gel Speed and Little Mac when they do eventually pit. Bloxham is in. So Bloxham went in. And look at this, guys. This is something really interesting here. Because yes, Tucho is in 8th place, but he's catching 3rd and 4th here, or 2nd and 3rd here. So Tucho actually is making up some time here. But really, out of everybody, it is Autista who just came through. Let's see how far Blocks is out. Okay, Blocks is out. Getting the high beams, it looks like, from Little Mac, or from... Oh, that might have been Sharkbait, just letting him say, go ahead. I know what you're doing. You're exiting first, so you take it. So Little Mac is in the pits. So Gel is the only one out of that 4th, 5th, and 6th battle that did not pit yet. So let's see who pits here between Fafito and Marco. Marco's in. Marco is in. Fafito did not pit yet. Marco going for the undercut. Let's see what happens. This is what we're going to do. We're going to stick on board with Fafito. and see if he beats Marco out of the pits. Reaper, what's up, man? Hey, you changed your icon. I like the RR better. Stop and go. It's a bad one. It is a bad one, guys. Let's see if Fafito beats Marco out of the pits here, or if he actually pits himself, which then we'll see what Marco does. Okay, so let's see if Fafito makes his way in. He might stretch it for one more lap. He is coming up on lap traffic. Yep, he's going for one more lap. Okay. So, let's see. So Fafito is actually 30 seconds ahead of Autista. This might get interesting for Fafito to actually jump Autista. The pit stop, he's not going to be able to jump him as long as Autista doesn't have a major mistake, but he will be able to put himself. Ooh, Little Mac got one too, a stop and go for both of them. So that's going to increase that battle, but that allows Gel to actually get through. Bloxham did jump Marco in the pits. So another main point of that, guys, is having your starter button mapped. I know I've talked to Marco about doing that. You gotta really have that. It's key because it does do such wonders for you in the pits. So let's see now if Fafito actually does come in right now. Because he got Tucho behind them, but Tucho's actually a lap down, basically. I wonder what will happen here. I'm assuming Fafito has to go in now. I don't think he would want to run too much longer. Ooh, Tucho again! Tucho is having some major problems here, ladies and gentlemen. Tucho is having some major problems. Fafito is in, so we will have to see what happens there. But Tucho, oh man, Tucho is sitting there. It's I don't know if it's a wheel disconnect or if it's just a lag issue. He's going to pit for damage again. He's going to try and salvage his race, which he actually can do because you have Little Mac and Molina with a stop and go at 30 seconds each, but that takes Tucho out of the running for a top 5. So, you have the leader in Albie. Albie is exiting right now. Albie is done and dusted. Let's take a look at where Autista is. Autista is coming around the final corner here. He's got a car in between him and Albie. He is definitely going to beat Fafito out of the pits. And he has another Prec driver in front of him, which should get out of his way very soon. He's giving him the high beams. This should definitely happen soon. Yes, he gives it to him there. Good job by teammates working together. Even though they're not technically on the same team, they are. That's good race etiquette there. That's the proper way to get out of the way with the blue flags. So everybody has made their pit stops, okay? So Autista right now trailing Albie by 17 seconds. But how much is Fafito? Fafito jumps, blocks him. Look at how close this is. Look at how close it came out. Fafito timed this pit stop perfectly. And he got out behind Bloxham, so it's kind of how it was in the beginning. And unfortunately, Marco, he can catch them. He can catch them, so there's still a podium position on the line. And then we have the teammate Gel Speed, who is a little ways away. Looks like he's got 6th place pretty much secure. He's well ahead of Dix, Jeeves, and Mac because of the fact that Mac and Molina had stop and goes. So there's our boy Fiesta that we talked about. He's making some headway back in the top 10. Pretty good job by Fiesta. Still a long way to go here. Absolutely, Reaper. Don't forget to drop that like button, guys. Don't forget. So here we go. Let's get some onboard action of Fafito and Bloxham. You can see Marco in the background there. Fafito's getting a really good exit out of there every single lap. I mean, that's really, really good driving there on Fafito's part. He's really getting a good exit there. Audi's got really good brakes though. So what's going through a driver's mind right now is Bloxham is the one that's probably doing the most thinking here. He wants to put pressure on Fafito, but at the same time, he can't be too over aggressive, because if he is, that's going to let Marco jump into the frame, and you don't really want that. So it's kind of like you got to really kind of pick when you can go for an overtake, and this is not an easy track to overtake people on, as we've seen already. You can get them coming down that home straight, but there's really not too many other spots that you can get that at. Fafito doing a nice job here. Bloxham is on him though. Bloxham is not going anywhere. Let's take a look here. I mean, you're separated by a half a second and a little more than a second. I expect Marco to make up that time sooner than later, because I think that these two are going to be battling and defending a little bit, and Marco will slowly, patiently pull his way in here. Let's see what we get out of a lap with Bloxham though, and see what we can get here. Sit back and relax and watch this. Really good driving there by Bloxham. He's doing his thing. You can see that Boltley lurking in the background though, kicking dirt up in the face of the Bentley. Love seeing that stuff. But this is an interesting predicament that these drivers are in right now, because they do have a Bentley that's a back marker ahead of them right now, as he's going through the last sector right about now into the last turn. So it's not for long before these guys catch him, and I believe that's either Little Mac or Sharkbait. Well, it's obviously one of the two of them. Let's see what kind of exit Bloxham can get out of here, if he can match Fafito's exit. That's better. That was a much better exit by Bloxham there. Much better exit. So here he comes. Is that Fiesta leaving the pits again? So the championship leader, ladies and gentlemen, has actually entered the pits a second time. Something has gone wrong for Fiesta today, and it was from that initial opening crash. We feel bad for him. Racing is a cruel mistress sometimes, and it just goes to show you, from week to week, you never know what could happen. That's why they play the game. Let's check in with our leader, Albie, here. Albie is just putting on a clinic right now in his Porsche. That Pink Panther of a Porsche, it's not quite the Pink Pig, but we like to give it that nickname of that Pink Pig. And Albie is in really good shape right now. A 20-second gap over Autista. And Autista is just getting ahead of Jeeves, who's a back marker, but good for Jeeves. He made up some spots because he has King Dix ahead of him. So King Dix is a pretty decent amount ahead of Jeeves here. Jay Molina, that stop and go really hurt him. Mac coming through, so Mac actually might have a chance here to catch Molina. It's only 3.8, so it's not so bad, and he's got a 9-second gap between Sharkbait, his teammate, and there you see Fiesta. That's not Fiesta, actually, that's Marco and Fafito. And look at this, look at this. This is where the battle is at, guys. This is where the battle is at. All three of them now. Wow, Blocks is getting close. Which I told you will let Marco back into the picture, and that's exactly what it's done. Marco is now part of the podium race. It is not going to be an easy task to get around Fafito for any of these guys. And Fafito would love nothing more to get a podium, because that would actually, doing the math in my head, I think that would put Fafito in first place, and it might even be between him and Albie, because Fiesta has dropped, and there are no drop rounds, ladies and gentlemen, of this championship. But sticking with this action here, I mean, this is something else between the three of these drivers here. They are putting on a show, and they have not caught the lap traffic yet, so we'll see if they do that. Let's see here again, the kind of exit. Fafito has been nailing it all day. Block stays off the curb on the inside, and he's got a run. He does have a run. Fafito gonna go defensive. Doesn't feel like he needs to right now. The Bentley is lurking though. The Bentley is lurking. Soon these guys are going to catch the Bentley, and they're going to have to maneuver around the Bentley. So that might be Blocks' opportunity to do something with Fafito. Bentley is really close though. Marco is really close. Really, really outstanding racing from everybody tonight. Congratulations. No matter what the results are, you guys have really done a phenomenal job. The Bentley eats those curves. Look at the speed the Bentley picks up through there, but then it'll lose some, as we said, through these sectors. Good stuff here though. Good stuff that's going on between these three drivers. Reaper, absolutely never give up, man. Thanks for stopping by as always. Really appreciate it. Ooh, that was close. Loxham is getting ever so closer and closer, slightly closer, slightly closer. Stay off that curbing. He does. He gets a good exit. Fafito again with a better exit though. Bloxham is running really good laps though. 45s. That's, you know. Ooh, this is close racing, guys. This is close racing at its finest. I'm telling you, this back marker though is going to pose some issues here. Ooh, blocks a little bit wide, almost a little bit tight, almost hitting the curb. Got to be really careful over this sector. They missed that inside curb on the right. Good job driving from everybody. Marco falling back a little bit at the moment. Still a lot of time left in this race, guys. 313 picked up a drive-through. That's Fiesta. Fiesta is not having himself a day here. That is going to completely change up the standings, everybody. Once again, good job on these guys' part here. Really close racing. I mean, this has been going on for over an hour of just solid close racing here by these guys. Look how wide they ran compared to Marco. I don't know if Marco's dealing with any track limits already. Maybe he's got to be taking it slightly easier. We shall see. Again, blocks him wide. That might give Marco a run now. Blocks got a good exit there, though. He looked like he recovered pretty good. Look at the speed of the Bentley. Let's see what the Bentley could do under braking. It cannot match the Audis under braking. It cannot do it. But that just gave Fafito some breathing room here. Not much, but enough. Don't need that much. Let's check in real quick on the leader here. I thought that was Autista for a second behind them. No. Albie has lapped enough people here today. This looks like a beautiful Sunday drive for Albie. This is exactly what Albie was hoping for, looking for. You got to give him credit. He came into tonight. He set pole by basically a half a second. The guy ran a 44 flat almost on a fast track. So that is just amazing. And Autista has pace here, and this is the gap between Autista and Albie. So Autista in a really good position. He's going to gain some really good points if he can hold together. But yeah, Albie has put on a clinic tonight. And here we are again, back at the action. This has not let up all race, guys. Ooh, blocks him a little bit wide. A little bit wide. Had to rein the car back in on the rumble strip. Got away with it. This is going to be really interesting, guys. It's going to come down to what happens here with this back marker. I would not count on somebody like Fafito making a mistake. That is most likely not going to happen. Knock on wood, no commentator's curse for anybody here. But I feel like one of the only chances that Marco or Bloxham might have is if the back marker plays along for Fafito and allows Fafito to get by, but does he allow the other two, the Audi and the Bentley, to get by at the same time? That's really the fine art between being a back marker and being a blue flag, is who you let by, when you let them by, how you let them by. And Marco, look at this. Marco has just closed the gap as Bloxham had a little bit of a tough exit and entry into the chicane. So here comes Fafito now, really starting to try and put some distance between them. It's not much, guys. It's not much, but this is all he needs right now. But he has to make sure that he can get around this Bentley without any problems. If Fafito faces any problems getting around this Bentley, it's going to be bad news. He just gets a great exit out of there. 1:45.3 from Fafito at this stage in the race. Really fast times. Very curious to see what happens here with the Bentley. And they are all usually really, really good at respecting the rules, so they're coming up on him. So Bloxham does seem to pick up some pace down through this first sector, though. Just when you think Fafito has him, you know, out of sight, out of mind a little bit, and is ready to pull away, you do get that. So they're coming up on him now. Let's get a quick rundown through the field, though, and see what else is happening. Gel in a solid 6th position. Nobody in front of him. Nobody behind him. King Dix with the stop and go really hurt him. Jeeves and Molina, another really good battle taking place here. So we're going to have to come back and keep a look on that. Now, DNA Jeeves is scoring points for DNA and himself, but DNA does need the team points, so a solid top 10 finish would really help them, especially with Tuccio having retired, and so did Fiesta. So that's big news here, guys. That's big news here, especially on Fiesta's part. I can't say that I blame him. I mean, sometimes when things go wrong from the get-go, wow, Molina really wide. Sometimes when things go wrong from the get-go, it's just the way it is. Now, this is exactly what happened. We just caught it in the perfect amount of time, and the Bentley does let him by. Will he let Marco by? He lets Bloxham by. Is Marco going to be able to get by? He's not. He is not going to be able to get by. So that is a huge move for Fafito and Bloxham. That is really, really exactly what Bloxham needed to see and wanted to hear. Let me by, and his prayers were answered. As Marco comes really close to the back marker here, I'm trying to figure out who that is. Is it Little Mac? It is Little Mac. Little Mac is pretty smart with it. There he goes. He lets him by, so not too much time lost. Marco had to give him the lights there, say, let me through, man, please. I'm in a battle for the podium. And he did. I don't think Marco lost that much time, and it's really a hard thing to ask for some of the back markers on this track. They're frustrated. He's gotten a stop and go. You know, he was really in this race for a top 5 contention for sure, and now he's got to let cars by. So, you know, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So 28 minutes left. Track at 29 degrees Celsius. Getting a little hotter as we go along, so tires are going to get eaten up a little bit more, and Little Mac just got to drive through. He must have just had another track limit, and that just adds more frustration onto his day. So he is in jeopardy of losing out to his teammate, who was only Sharkbait, who was only 9 seconds behind him. So another frustrating act, but tip your cap to Little Mac, because Little Mac had the pace today, guys. I'm telling you, to be right in 5th to 6th place here. You know, the way that it's playing out. But those stop and goes really hurt him. Now look at this gap that Fafito has right now. So we'll get the updated times here. So 1.7 gap Fafito has, and then Marco's only a second behind Bloxham. So again, for the last 27 minutes of this race, guys, this is going to really be, you know, making sure you dot your I's and cross your T's on this track, because a little mistake here or there, it could happen. I step away for a second, and what I just say, a little mistake and here or there, and it could happen, and Bloxham gets spun around all on his own. He hit the curb, he went too wide. That gives Marco the position. Marco takes home fourth, and wow, did that just actually really, really hurt Bloxham. He's going to pick himself up, dust himself off, and he is going to have to carry this car home. Unfortunately, his chances at the podium are basically over. Wow. Wow, wow, ladies and gentlemen. I feel bad because it might have been a little bit of the commentator's curse, as we were just saying how you cannot make a mistake here, and Bloxham, the Audi's a tough car. It's known to reach out and bite you sometimes, and that's exactly what happened there. Bloxham was having such a solid race. He had such great pace. Now, how far is Fafito to Marco? And that's a decent gap. Marco had to slow down slightly to allow not to get collected by Fafito, by McBloxham rather. But now Fafito faces some damage on some threatening issues of his own here, because he's coming up on back markers here. And there's two of them who are in a battle themselves between between Jay Molina and DNA Jeeves. So these guys are not going to want to yield the position at all by any means. So Fafito has to kind of tread lightly here. If we jump on board with Molina here, so we can see, and Molina just got around them. So Molina just got around him. I'm not sure if Jeeves was a back marker there. What is going to happen with Fafito here? Is he going to get slowed down by Jeeves? Wow. Wow, guys. Excitement like crazy through here. Now, Bloxham's got to just keep his poise and, you know, do his thing, because he's still going to take home a solid 5th position, because he has a humongous gap on Gel Speed. There's Gel Speed coming up into the chicane section, and there's Bloxham entering the last turn by pit entry. So yeah, so he has a pretty substantial lead here. Now, we have Fafito here, and Jeeves gets out of his way, so it makes it a little bit easier for Fafito. Marco is pretty far back there, so this looks all but possibly over here, and Fafito looks like he's going to cruise to a 3rd place, as long as nothing crazy happens here. Jeeves going deep there, and I think Marco could hold his head high here, because Fafito is no slouch, one of the fastest drivers on the grid. You know, track car dependent, it always happens. You know, not to take anything away from Albi or Autista, some cars are better on certain tracks than others. Like I said, we saw Fiesta dominate at Paul Ricard last week, so, you know. And tonight we see at Budapest, we see this man in the Pink Panther dominate. I think it's due that we give Albi a onboard look for a couple laps to see this guy's technique. His fastest lap was a 1:44.5, basically on a full tank of fuel, and his last lap on used rubber was a 1:44.8. So take that to your bank. We will be back. A little bit of an intermission. Enjoy the ride with SOP Albi. And we're back. As you see, a clinic by Albie coming up on Gel, and looks like he's going to lap Gel here. So really just an outstanding job from Albie, and the guy is still running 1:44.7, so he's almost topping his best lap of the race. Unbelievable. Let's get back to some Fafito action here. Fafito doing really well. He's got a car in between him and Marco. It looks like Marco did make some ground up though, but I don't think it's enough for Marco to have made up here, but it could be. It very well it could be. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but Marco is hanging in there, so Marco's definitely hanging in there. Let's give this man his proper due here and take a ride on board with the Merc. Autista, back-to-back races in second place here. So, yeah, he's got pace. He's had a little bit of unfortunate luck, but I'm really happy that he's actually come through with two really good races in a row. And you can see everybody's settings a little bit different. We don't get the tire pressures here because, you know, anybody that spectates as a driver would wind up being a kind of a cheat, you know. And the Mercedes on this track is definitely going to eat up tires more. You can see he's using ABS4 TC9, which I believe TC9 is actually, is actually a good a good TC for this Mercedes. Now, not everybody runs that, but I believe at certain tracks it works. So he's only a half a second down, if that, and he ran a 1:44.7, so he matched Albie's pace basically on his best lap, but you know, now he's going to be running, you know, high 145s. Really not bad for Autista at all. So congratulations to Autista. I mean, it's a little bit too early for me to be saying congratulations to anybody, actually, so I really shouldn't be doing that. But, you know, when you look at things here, we're really looking at them pretty well. Let's see how Marco is handling the Bentley here at Budapest. See how the Bentley right there, you see how the Bentley could eat that inside curve over? Like, and now when you could really eat this inside curve over with the Bentley, you see that? Which allows you, what that does is that allows you to not have to run so wide, especially at certain points, you know, out of that exit, and here at the chicane too. So it has its advantages, it really does. And you know, Marco with a great lap, I mean 45.2. So Marco even put his, you know, he put his bid in for fastest lap of the race. I mean, you know, you're talking about a half, not even a half a second off. So very evenly matched here. And there's Sfrgt. So Marco did get around the back marker, and he's got 16 minutes to really actually make a push. Now, what could come in play here for Marco is that Sfrgt could be experiencing some tire wear, and Marco might be able to capitalize on that in the Bentley. It is a possibility. Gotta tip your hat to Marco today, though. Really, really a good drive. Marco a little bit untraditional the way that he downshifts. It's more kind of going through the gears. A lot of people, including myself, are more of a power downshifter. You know, where you're dum dum dum, and a lot of times that could, you know, that does help you with braking and turning and getting the car gripped in, but he does it there. So you know, Marco's got his own technique there. It's pretty good. Long straights, he's a smooth downshifter, and tight corners where you really need to be quick, like here, downshifts nice and fast, and he's making up some ground on Sfrgt here. So this is not over yet. This is not over yet. And another thing that we have to say, you know, an hour and 40 minutes behind the wheel is no easy chore for anybody. So this is definitely, you know, definitely a war of attrition. So props to these guys here. Really, really props here. So yeah, Marco not too far off. Not too far off, guys. Let's pull up the actual leaderboard so we can get an actual accurate time that they both crossed the finish line. It's 2.9 seconds. So at one point, when the back markers were there, that was up to like 5 to maybe even, you know, 5 to 6 seconds. So either way, a really solid job of sticking with them the whole time. Like I said, Sfrgt is not an easy man to stick with, so really good job on Marco's end. Let's get the rest of the field some love here. Let's see how McLaughlin is making out. I mean, you could just see the shape of the Audi after that one spin. And he did save it though, so it's not easy to be driving with a damaged car. There was no way he was going to be able to pit again and lose that much time. And he's coming up on a back marker in Jeeves right now in the Ferrari. So, you know, good job by Bloxham really driving a damaged car. And you know it has to hurt because he was right there. He was putting pressure on Sfrgt. He actually was ahead of Sfrgt. He was in third for a while. And that opportunity was there for Bloxham to really push Sfrgt to the end without damage. And he could have actually held Sfrgt and Marco off. But that little bit of slip, that Audi, it's kind of like the Lambo in some circumstances. They do have the same motor, but I'd probably say the Audi is a little bit more stable. Some people might disagree with that, and I could be totally wrong with that, but my experience is the Audi is a little bit more stable. But bottom line is both cars can come out and bite you out of nowhere. And, you know, that's exactly what happened with Bloxham. He just got bit out of nowhere, and he's going to be dealing with 2 back markers here. Gel Speed from Rockafella Racing in the Porsche, the 007 machine. He's got a clean looking car, so, you know, he's in 6th place. This is going to be a really solid result for him. I think this is actually going to be his best result of the season so far. So, I mean, really good. I mean, you're seeing these 2 Porsches that are on the grid. There are a couple of Porsches missing from tonight's grid, but these 2 Porsches on the grid, they are pretty solid cars here. I mean, really not an easy car to tame. So, really good job on Gel's part for keeping the thing in one piece, keeping it on track. I told you he's improved a lot as a driver, and he's going to be pretty happy with his finish here. Now we move on to King. And King, as I mentioned at the beginning of the start of this race, he's got a clean looking car now. He did fix his damage, and it's all about being smart, right? He's 2 laps down, but he realized the time he had behind him in order to make up. He said, let me get a clean car, you know, fix the damages, and I could take home a solid 7th place. So, you know, really using his head there. And I really believe that between the second group of cars, which was going to be Gel Speed, King Dix, Jay Molina, Little Mac, we're really going to have a battle if those 2 stop-and-go penalties didn't happen. Then you have Sfrgt, who actually, you know, he made up some spots here due to 2 retirements, but he's putting in the work here. So, good job on Sfrgt. No penalties. You know, clean car, really improving. So, you know, it's really good to see here. It's really good to see. So, and then, like I said, Fiesta and Tuccio, obviously Tuccio was having some sort of massive internet problems or wheel disconnection issues, which is just so unfortunate. We have to see. 18 laps, him and Fiesta still might get credit to actually take home 12th and 13th, which do still get you points if they did complete 70% of the race. So I'll have to do the math on that and figure that out. Even though they pit early and had to retire their cars, they will get credit if 70% of the race was complete. I can't do the math off the top of my head right now. But again, we get back to here and see exactly how far Marco is now. Actually, that gap is staying steady at 2.4. He hasn't let it get past 3 yet. So this is really the only battle on the track here right now, coming to the closing end. But we've had a lot of promising battles, guys. So, you know, it's really been something to watch here. Let's check out Fafito and see what kind of lap time Fafito's running here. 1:45.8. I mean, on the 51st lap of the race, 1:45.8. Pretty solid pace here. His best lap was a 1:45.3, so you could see Albie was 1:45.5, Bautista 7, Fafito into 45.3. There was a lot. I mean, the pace was very evenly matched here, and he's actually picking up some pace right now as the fuel load drops. Really good job by these guys, though. So I'll tell you what, Marco is definitely, he's there, but it's going to be tough. I mean, you're looking at 4 laps left. See if there's something that he could do. We'll see. I don't know that there's going to be something that he's going to be able to do about this, though. Fafito just hitting everything right. This has been one of the most impressive parts of the track, I think, for Fafito, is the way that he gets out of this last turn here. This is what helped him a lot against Bloxham. He doesn't hit the curb, which is not what you want to do, and he's able to get the power down really quick using most of that exit curb on the left there, and a nice solid run up to T1 here. Really solid driving there from Fafito. And again, Marco's there, but might just be too little too late for Marco here. But he is still within striking distance. Fafito cannot fall asleep because he knows that that's going to be any little minor mistake, then he'll give this podium position up, which is something that Fafito is not going to look to do. And there you go. See how Marco ran really hot through there because he could eat that one inside curve, which was really good. Let's get it from Marco's point of view here. Back on board with the Bentley. You can see that understeer start to kick in there at that last sector there, the last turn before the pit entry. You really see the understeer start to happen there. So tire wear is definitely a factor right now. A little bit more. Still a solid job though. So contrary to what everybody believes, that the Bentley has great tire wear, it does, but it's the driving style. Watch him eat the inside of this curve here. He went wide there, but the Bentley can't eat the inside of that curve. See, now you want to stay off of this curve when you're coming through. I'm sure he's not doing it on purpose. This is probably the effect of the tire wear that's happening, but that one turn is deceiving because it's cambered. You know, it's on a camber, so off camber, whatever you want to say. It's like a little bit uphill, and the rest of the track is pretty flat here. Get a little bit of an uphill, so there he finally went wide. I haven't seen him do that much there, and that's what you want to do. Coming wide into here now. I mean, so he's making. Let's see if he can. Corrected the understeer there. That's a good job there by Marco. Good exit. That was one of the better exits I've seen him have all race. And he just took 7/10 off of his last lap, so that's a good job. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? I don't think it will be enough. We will come back to this though. 54 laps in the books for this man, SOP Albie, in the Pink Pig. He's going to get by some lap traffic, easy, 1, 2, 3. Great job by Albie tonight. Outstanding job by Albie. Phenomenal job by Autista as well. Now you could just go to show you how much actually Albie has on the rest of the field here. I mean, you know, you're talking, we have to wait until Autista actually crosses the line, but it's a huge gap that Albie wind up setting up here for himself. So in the beginning. See, and that's the thing. It's race pace versus qualifying pace. There's all sorts of different paces out there. So pace was really, really close in qualifying, half a second. But you do the math, half a second, which it really wasn't that. But if you do half a second over 55 laps, you know, you're talking about, let's say 60 laps. Yeah, you do the math, it's, you know, you're coming out like almost, you know, a minute ahead, you know, somebody else. So it's, you know, it's a big deal. But congratulations so far to Autista. So Albi, Autista, Fafito is holding on to that podium spot in the Golf McLaren. And I think at this point Marco has said to himself, I'm happy with 4th position. I got 2 more laps left. I do not want to make a mistake. I'm conceding the fact that I'll take home a 4th place, which is going to be outstanding points for Marco. And this is going to get really interesting when we do figure out the points. That might have been a track limit for Fafito.
Right, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
We don't see any drive-through come up, but Fafito's got to be careful. I don't know how many track cuts he has, but the last thing he wants to do is get a drive-through penalty, which I'm actually really surprised, and it's just a testament to these drivers that nobody really got. I think I might have saw 1 drive-through penalty, which would have been for track limits. So it's really easy to get track limits here, especially out of that one sector. So it's going to be too little too late for Marco, we would assume here. McBloxam, hats off to McBloxam, really solid pace all race, and he wound up getting into damage there towards the later, you know, stages of the race. It really could throw your mindset off in such a long race here, guys. Like, it really can. But Blocks put his head down, coming home with a solid position. He knows he had the pace. He's going to be kicking himself a little bit due to the fact that he probably, you know, I mean, it's impossible to say what really would have happened. Would he have held off Marco? Would he have stayed in front of Fafito or actually caught Fafito? It looked that way for a while, but he had the pace. Gel Speed again on the lead lap. And the Porsche now, he's got damage right now. He's very lucky that this is the final lap here, but he does have damage right now. You can see a lot of side damage on the car right there. He was having an outstanding performance up until whatever just happened here, but he just got to milk the car home. King Dix
has finished the race.
Has actually just spun off, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. A flash of the headlights from SOP Albi. Your winner at Budapest for the SFR GT Challenge round 6 are we in, I believe. Yes, 6. 5? It's 5. Either way, Budapest, an outstanding dominant performance by SOP Albi in the Pink Pig. Here we go with Autista from the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club, taking home back-to-back podiums and back-to-back second-place finishes. One from Paul Ricard last week, one at Budapest today. Flash to the high beams. There it is, Autista. Great job, clean car, awesome stuff. Here you go with Fafito in the McLaren, in the Gulf livery McLaren, the one and only Fafito. And he will take home a podium. He's got it, and Marco right behind him. Good job. Marco has his headlights on, was trying to put a little bit of pressure on Fafito. He did actually do that. You got to give credit to these two guys. Outstanding performance. Blocks is going to take home a 5th place. Really, really good job by Blocks. He did have the damage, but still in all, congratulations to Bloxham. That was a really good performance. He had great pace today. And there's your final grid, everybody. So, you know, some of these guys did stick it out. You had Dix, King Dix. He wound up coming into 7th. That's a good job there. Okay, so Jay Molina, The two Puerto Rican E-Racing Club drivers finished 7th, 8th. DNA Jeeves making a good comeback. Little Mac is probably going to be biting his tongue because he knows he had some decent pace. He had those stop and goes and then a drive-through that really hurt him. Sharkbait was really solid. And then we had Fiesta, Tucho, and we lost Falcon. So that's a bit unfortunate. But as we said, Albie's doing his donuts. We get that on stream. Congratulations, SOP Albie. Do them donuts, man. You deserve it. That was an outstanding performance on your part. Really happy for you. And he has just spiced up this championship even more than we could have imagined, because now Albie is going to be a threat for first place. So will Fafito. So will Fiesta, but we're going to have to see. And don't forget about the man DNA DC, but that's all to come with 2 rounds remaining. For now, this was SOP Albie's night, and look at him go. Look at him do those donuts, everybody. What a job by SOP Albie, and what a job by Autista. Clean, solid as always. Really great job. Great job by Fafito. What else is new? Really proud of my teammate Marco. Really proud of my teammate Gelspeed. But really props to Bloxham as well. Prek King Dix. Really good job. They had the stop and goes, which really hampered them, or they would have been in the mix between this pack here, Gel, Jay Molina, and Dix. They were all battling with Little Mac. So it was really, really outstanding, guys. I do think that it was a really, really competitive race for the most part. I did tell you, Albie. I told Albie before the race that he was going to win this race tonight. I just knew it. I had a feeling. I had no idea that I was going to broadcast this race, guys. So it wasn't some sort of insider information. I just really felt confident with Albie and the Porsche at this track. It's you can't take anything away from the guy. I mean, an outstanding performance from everybody. So there are the results. We will get them back on stream. Congratulations to Albie. Congratulations to Autista. And congratulations to Fafito. Honorable mentions is Marco, who had a really, really strong race. And also Mick Bloxham had a really, really strong race. But, sometimes that Audi can bite you, as we said. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a little bit of a different perspective. I was commentating tonight. Hope the guys enjoy it. We'll share it in Discord. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry I couldn't get out there to race, but it is what it is. We'll be back next week. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And again, congratulations to the drivers. Great job, guys. We will see you next time.